And we're live with Sisters Unedited. Real talk, real subjects, real topics. Hi, I'm Cassandra Wilson, and I'm here with my sisters talking about items that you need to know about. So I'm going to turn it over here to my left so my sister can introduce herself.
Well, hello, family. I'm Tara Porter, hairstylist extraordinaire, motivational speaker, talk show hostess. And I'm excited. I can't wait to get started.
And you, Kimberly?
Well, my name is Kimberly Lindsay. I'm a businesswoman, event host, and talk show hostess. I'm certainly excited, and you guys are not ready for the sisters. Let me introduce you to my other sister, Kenika.
Hi, my name is Michelle Gurley, and I am a part of the Sisters Unedited crew. I'm the one kind of crazy, but it's gonna be a great show. I'm the owner and CEO of Well Kept Wifey, the brand.
And we're here today and we're talking about a subject that I think we all need to know about. We all have been talking about it in the beauty shops, in the locker rooms, out shopping with a girlfriend. They don't talk about it in the locker room.
They might,
They may talk about what locker room you're in. You know, I know they talk about it on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the question on the table is, what do you do when sex ain't good? Now, I have, I heard, we did a little talk with a couple of brethren, and they said, well, it's not us. It's, it could be the motion in the ocean. It could be the woman just laying there. But I said she could be laying there making a grocery list.
Oh.
And in that case, we're not having a good night.
No, the guy ain't, what's the one that sing that song, Tonight Gonna Be a Good Night? He ain't singing that song.
No, nobody is singing if she making a grocery list. It's not.
And
That's
I'm
not
telling you, everything is based on each person's needs, the things that they like, the things that they want. And I will say physical compatibility is important. And that's the cleanest way I can say that. Physical compatibility, because if I'm making a grocery list, it's probably because we're not physically compatible.
Well, for mine, can we just take our wigs off and be real here?
Please.
Okay, because I'll tell you, men that's over 50 that's got high blood pressure, on high blood pressure medication, you can't get a full throttle in. Let's just be real here. Because, it's not always the woman that ain't participating. Sometimes he can't get the sale to say.
And there are things you can do. Now that's a touchy subject, because I do know of a couple who had a medical issue that was causing lack of full sale, if you will. And the man's pride was an issue. To me, it's not just your body, it's our body. And if I need access to your body and it's not functioning properly, you can't be in your pride. He didn't want to go to a doctor, he didn't want to be diagnosed, he didn't want to have to take medicine. Listen,
How much your pride be involved in that?
You can't ride the pony if the pony ain't
What's
scared
your pride with that?
Listen, my question from the beginning when we talked about this is endowment versus performance.
Yes.
Does that really matter? In being happy and being pleased and not making that grocery list while things are happening,
Let's just say
does endowment really matter?
yes.
yes.
Oh,
Yes. Because it goes back to physical compatibility.
right.
Right.
What is endowment for me may not be the same for her or for you or for you.
Well, I'm not saying I need him to break anything.
No, if you can tickle my throat, we're not physically compatible. So I'm not that greedy. I don't need that. So if you're that brother, I'm not looking for you.
It's just,
Magic got the fan.
you make it warm.
But I've talked to some men, and men say it's about performance. It's about the motion in the ocean, like you said. And I try to get them to understand. Sometimes it's the difference between having a Honda and a Porsche, right? So if you have a Honda driven by a professional, and then you have a Porsche driven by a new driver, that Honda's gonna outperform. So maybe it's not the endowment that's the problem.
I think it's
Now that's a man's point of view.
I think it all
It
matters.
has to all flow. For example, if size is small, if he's this big, what are we gonna do with that?
Right.
Because I don't know.
I got a keychain. You can put that on.
What just mean?
Just me.
No, it's honest. I'm quite sure every woman has experience. I have.
I have to.
I didn't have, but I didn't marry that person. Let me just say
I
that.
didn't either.
It's not gonna work.
Mr. Gurley, shout out.
Okay, we love you, Mr. Girl.
But for example, let me take it. I didn't date a guy. We messed around, and I thought maybe the first time it was, oh, something was wrong. we won't be doing it ever again.
How did you tell him?
I did not go back anymore.
Has anyone ever
No,
told you?
I
Okay,
can't.
I
I
have.
but you can't.
Why not?
Oh,
I did.
my
I mean, come on now.
God. Okay,
I did
how
also.
though? Because
Okay, so
they
this
can't,
is
they
what
can't
I
do anything
said.
about that. It is what it is.
This is what I said. When he asked why can't we get together again, I said we aren't compatible.
That was nice.
He continued to ask, and I said we are not physically compatible.
You said something nice.
That was very
Well,
nice.
he asked the third time. He kept pressing, and I said, well, listen, we didn't match at all.
Did you see the show?
Oh my God,
Because he was my friend, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but I had to. He said, "Are you saying my?"
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It didn't work.
But he was mad, but he wanted another chance to make it go better.
He got a pump or something that time, it's still here or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because how do you make it better?
You can't make it
How do
better.
you make it better?
You can't make it better.
And you cannot, you know, I hear people say you can, like we were saying earlier about if he cannot, don't judge me, America, okay? But,
We do all the time.
but other things can make up for it.
No.
I
hate
people say that
to nobody.
Because y'all
Because
tell you
what you
those
know.
things are, you know what,
You
they
got
may
no-
be nice and it feel good, but sometimes you want the real McCoy.
You're not going to
Yes.
swap me out an appetizer for an entree.
Well,
That's what you're
well,
doing.
It's not
And tell me,
yes.
no.
Some women are okay with that though.
Goes back to it's individual.
Not me.
It's individual.
I need the breadsticks,
I need
the salad,
everything.
the steak, and the dessert. I need
agree.
it all.
I need
But
it.
some women,
I need the 5 courses.
some women are
I'm
okay
a
with that.
carnivore. Meat is not an option. It's
What
either
is-
there or it's not. Just saying.
Y'all are related, right?
I'm just saying.
Absolutely, the steak and meat, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I'm a carnivore.
I
sorry.
agree, but I have to play devil's advocate, and in talking to other men, I ask a question.
Yeah.
Do they know they have small penis?
Men
Men
do
who
they
have-
admit to that?
Well,
I'm
there
not
was,
gonna say that
there
they-
was research
don't
done. They questioned
compare.
15,000 men,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out that supposedly the average size is 5 2/8 inches long.
What's
Okay.
that? What's that?
That's a little longer than your hand, probably.
Is that this?
That's not
Right.
5, no.
That's not 5.
that ain't.
But the thing is, men said they really don't have a guide to go on because they don't look at, like, we can see each other's breasts, we can see each other's lipstick, or you have beautiful eyes. They don't see each other's penis, so they don't really have a gauge. Like, well-endowed men don't really know where they stack
Well,
up.
that's why women need to open their mouths and say something.
Oh, I
Baby,
thought you
that
were
was
gonna say
nice.
something else.
But hey,
I thought she was going there too.
I did.
Women need to
I
open
did
their
not.
mouths. Oh,
No, that's not gonna.
They're not gonna.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stand
No, what I'm saying. Well,
That's what I'm saying. It's not
you
gonna
right.
stand.
you know.
it. Well, not with itty bitty.
No.
I'm sorry. It
Well,
is
I
what it
believe
is.
that's why women, especially if you really love your partner,
Yeah.
That's what I
you're
was
gonna
say.
have to be vocal.
Okay, can
Right.
I
Instead of opening your mouth.
Instead of
mouth,
opening your
wait,
mouth.
But loving them makes a difference in how you receive them
And it's
physically.
how you
That's
say
what
it.
I was gonna
Wait,
say.
Because especially
wait,
when you're
wait.
looking at
No.
ethnicities, especially the black man.
No, wait a
You
minute.
know.
No, you cannot say love.
Miss
So you gonna say you
Michelle,
gonna fall in love
I
with a
can
man
tell
with
you.
small
I can tell
Well,
you.
how
that
you didn't sleep with
I
him
have
first?
right.
You
That's
didn't
true.
know.
I'm
I
off
have.
abstinence,
It
right?
was someone
And
that
I
I
have
dated.
too.
I'm off abstinence. It's days.
I dated someone who was not super duper endowed, not even satisfactionally. Is that a word?
Not even five.
Not
Not
even
even
5.8,
5.8.
not 5.9. But I promise you, by the time I realized that the relationship was over, it was behind me. But when I was in it, I really loved this guy. And I somehow found happiness in that.
Girl, good.
Because I loved him. But then when the relationship was over, I was like, I can't believe I was really thinking that.
Girl, what was
Yeah.
he doing?
But listen,
Tickling
your
nothing
emotional,
special.
That was her. That was her chip on me
your
elbow.
emotional,
It was
your
a tickle
emotional
me
state,
I think love can.
your
I think
emotional
love-
mental state counts.
He didn't have no money. You still
No.
say?
Girl, but no. I'm telling you, I didn't even realize how bad it was until hindsight.
It was bad though, right?
It wasn't,
It wasn't
bad.
bad.
No, it wasn't bad. I mean bad as in measurement. I didn't
Okay.
realize how bad it was.
How it didn't stack up.
It didn't stack up to what my better
How you
experience.
just lowered your standard.
I had, but for love, he was the best dude ever.
Wait a minute, because we're gonna get a lot of people gonna say we talking about men with small dingling.
Well, you're not. We're
We're
not
not
bashing.
talking
We're
about-
just
Because
saying.
there are some men.
Realistically,
Yeah.
there are men in the world who are more endowed than others.
And there are women who are physically compatible with all of them. Exactly. What I'm saying. Yeah. It's somebody for everybody. It's just sometimes
I think it's just missing
this drive.
But you know.
Right. Nobody this time goes to the key.
No. Well, my very first real love was of a different ethnicity.
Okay.
And that little thing was so little, but I was in so much love. And then when it was over, and I saw the next one that was going to be in my life,
real McCoy.
I thought, oh my God!
But I can say ethnicity had nothing to do with it because the blackest black man that I dealt with was physically stacked up and wonderful, and that little mushroom cap was making me.
Oh, she said,
and you know what that could be?
Because that was all that it was.
It could be steroids. That's all I'm saying.
And I agree.
And you know what? Let me say this too. I dated Caucasian men, and let me clear this up. I don't know if anybody dated. I have.
That's what she was talking about.
Right. Okay. You didn't say the color, but he was a nice Caucasian. I'm married. I'm good.
He was lovely Caucasian.
I'm happily married. But the Caucasian guy I dated, I didn't have no problem with him. I heard all the myths. I didn't have a problem with him. So
my one Caucasian experience wasn't bad either.
Right. So I don't know.
It was mediocre, but it wasn't bad. And it wasn't because he was Caucasian.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
The worst one I had was black. I'm telling you.
Now I tell you, the Vienna sausage. We're gonna have to pick this up and talk about some more Vienna sausage and weenies.
I went to place for Vienna sausages next to a cracker. Okay.
And on that note,
in Walmart.
And I tell you what, we're going to be right back after these messages, and we're going to be talking about Vienna sausages. And we're back with Sisters Unedited. Now, the topic that we have on the table today is what do you do when sex ain't good? And so we talked about endowment
Leave.
versus
That's what you do.
Leave. No, when you left, I left.
endowment versus performance. And we went straight into being a soft.
Right. On the shelf near the crackers is where we left off.
44 cents, not 552 point.
Right.
None of that. Okay, but and you said
So look, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. We've already discussed that some men are more endowed than others,
Right.
and that some women like it one way or the other.
Right.
But in real life, emotion and what you feel and your mental state plays a part. Because if you're anticipating something, if you see the man of your dreams physically, the best thing
Like
you
Tara.
ever
Made me think of a whole nother situation right then.
But in your mind, listen, in your mind, you can make yourself think anything.
Right.
And so even if he's not the most endowed or the performance is not great, if you've already excited yourself in your mind, you could potentially enjoy.
no.
Or
You sound like a
or you could potentially set yourself up for the biggest letdown ever.
You
Because
could.
I remember driving a great distance to a hotel, really excited because it was gonna be great, and I got there and I was like, "What is going on?"
Right.
Excuse me, do we have wine? I was like, "Just move. Let me
Let me
Drink
get
the
drunk.
bottle. Take the fork out.
But okay, what about this though? Okay, so we're talking about dating, and we're talking about more casual situations than not. So what about in marriage? What about when you're already married, you already love them, you're already compatible, and then it goes downhill?
I don't have that problem.
It can happen.
I'm not.
You can't come
So-
back.
I'm out.
We have to leave you out of this segment.
Leave me out of this and drink my tea.
Once again, shout out to Mr. Gurley. However, the reason I asked, I didn't have that problem either. It's history, but I didn't have that problem. But I do know of situations where people have had that problem. And so, for example, I have a friend of mine who says that he would not want a woman to have toys in a relationship.
I've heard that before.
And
I think he's jealous of the
No,
toys.
no.
Well, my thing is,
why would you need toys with your man doing this?
well,
stuff?
here's the
He
thing.
wasn't
Oh,
doing
not.
here's the- no,
Even
no,
if he
no,
is
no,
though.
I don't
No,
want
no,
that.
no. Now, even
I
if he-
do.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Some of the most fun I've had has been with a man who was very open to everything.
I don't do that.
And
no.
it's just a matter of, to me, when time goes on, you've been in a relationship for an extended amount of time. Same old saltine crackers. They good crackers. I love
I don't
crackers. It's
believe
my
it.
favorite
Spice
crackers.
it up.
But spicing it up,
So you telling me you don't dip your potato chips in no kind of dip at all?
Well, now listen, and when we say toys, we're not necessarily talking about only one type of toy.
Right.
It doesn't have to be
There
a
are lots
vibrator.
of
There's
things.
of fun things.
Apparently, we're gonna have to have a show
So,
with
let
toys
me
for
ask
her.
you
So
a
we
question.
need
Mr. Gurley, I'm pushing
things.
something.
Let me ask you,
Good.
so if your husband, who you've been married to for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years,
Right, same old cracker.
and it just stopped working, it
Oh
could,
Lord, it can happen.
Right,
It can
all
happen.
Right, exactly.
and what are you gonna do
What do you do?
to
You're gonna have to have one.
get
You might
some
get your
pleasure?
toy box then.
No,
You're not gonna divorce
So
Mr.
are you
Gurley.
gonna leave him? Okay.
So what are you
the
gonna do?
Ask her, she's married too.
Well, you doggone right.
But you swore off the toy box, so I
Okay.
know what you're going to do.
I would not do that. That's not. We don't work this thing out. That's
How?
just me.
But physically,
Whatever.
but
If he
physically
cannot-
health-wise,
no.
if there is
cannot
no
blow up,
way.
if he
I
cannot
already
blow
loved
up the
beforehand.
balloon.
And so you're just gonna do without. So you're gonna do without any stimulation
no,
if his
no.
doesn't work.
No, never.
No,
So
we're
what do
not
you do?
talking about you.
Yeah, but
We're not
If-
talking about you, but we're
if
talking
a
about
person-
women
Yeah.
Women.
who have been married for years.
Right.
Right?
I don't know what
And
that's
the wind,
You might not know
the
because they might not
sale
say
has
it.
been, you know,
Some people are ashamed.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
most
yeah.
men are ashamed,
It's
but,
embarrassing.
What
She's
do you
saying,
do?
who does she know like that?
but, and I
They
know
wouldn't say
women,
it.
I know women.
I mean nothing.
So you
No,
do know
they-
women who have
I know
that.
women that have been married for years, and all of a sudden Roscoe is not working anymore.
Right.
And so, and he's just like, well, you know, just ain't working.
Mm-mm.
And then he go outside and
You
cut
gotta
the
make that
grass.
thing work
And
again,
she's
Jack.
sitting there trying to use the number 5 on the shower head
Jesus.
I don't mean any harm. I'm getting satisfied very well. I don't
And
need
that's
shower
okay.
head.
Extras, girl.
I am good.
So you don't put ketchup on your
I
fries
don't
or
need
nothing.
none of that. I get ketchup in
It's
the
not
fries
now. So you
today.
keep saying I don't need.
I
It's
get
not
that
necessarily a matter
I
of
get
you
what
need.
I get what I'm supposed to have when I want it.
We gonna have
Okay, but the question on the table
We
is
have a
this.
toy party
Yeah.
and have some fun.
We can. You have all the toys you want.
The question is this:
And they gonna
what
sit right there and
happens
get you.
when it don't work anymore?
I don't
Because
know.
Well,
has
it's gotta be a couple different things, and you gotta go to the reason that it's not working. If
Yeah,
you have a
it goes to
person
the
who
middle.
has a health issue,
Because it could be
and,
cancer.
and
with
there is
medicine.
nothing that can be done.
But if they don't want to go to the doctor,
No, if they
Oh,
don't
you
want
going?
to,
Oh,
then
you
there's a
going to the
problem.
doctor? Oh, you going?
Yeah. So if you don't want to, that means you don't want meat because
Right.
I want to all the time.
Right.
And
So
if you don't want to go to the
you
doctor,
already
understand.
on. You wake up on 9.8.
you know how crickets rub their legs together all the time? That's me all day.
Let me
all
tell you
night.
something. I heard Dr. Oz say he was doing a survey asking people, how necessary is it to sleep in pajamas and underwear and that kind of thing. And he said, really, there's no point in sleeping in pajamas. You need to let your body get some air. And besides, leaves you open for other things to happen.
Right. That's true.
That's why I just don't buy pajamas. And to
I
me,
never buy
if there's something wrong with the situation, I'm here without my pajamas with no possibility.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
You're right. Let me tell you something. If you
Something
understand,
gotta
I mean, if a person manhood stops working, it could be a whole lot of things in play that does not work. You know what I'm saying? If you got a woman coming to bed with a scarf on,
Right.
with mud on her face,
It depends on which one we're talking
we
about.
just
Because
want
she
to flip that hair. honey.
flip
Yeah.
hair.
So, yeah. He don't want no blood woman. You
Right.
He don't
Right.
want
It
no
makes a
woman.
Right.
difference.
So you could be 25 and you can't get it up for your woman and she's 23 beside
Right.
you have to keep the spice going. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's what we're talking about with the toys.
Right. So the bottom line is there is a wide array of things that will go in the spice category.
Yeah.
Right. But I just have found some wonderful. I mean, I found things from comedy to they had the little. It looked like nipple piercing. It looked like nipple piercing.
What are you gonna electrocute yourself?
I had put the nipple piercings on, but they were like super huge.
Wait a minute, you electrocuting yourself. What's that?
Well, I got my belly ring done, and I put the fake. To me, I thought they were hilarious.
and they
Nipple
went
rings.
around and around.
Well, no, they squeeze on. They look like piercings.
I don't want to
I'm
squeeze
Google
it.
it.
I thought that was
I
so cute to walk around in my red bottoms and then my big old hip.
And
You
then
know,
your red
okay.
top.
We
because
just
they
got
was
wet.
wisdom.
We just got way
That's
That's
extra.
fine.
I'm just saying, no, that's
Okay,
just
ladies,
part
wait.
of the range of things that you could do extra that adds.
If the your man loves that, hey.
You may well love anything you come
but
across
listen,
from me naked.
listen, ladies.
You put them big old door knockers on them boobs and watch Mr. Gurley.
Okay, wait a minute.
Right.
Ladies, we're getting off the subject. The question was put on the table.
Okay.
What do you do when it stops working?
Oh no, you work it
Now
out.
you didn't
Well,
you work it out.
The
Work it out.
answer
Well,
is
yeah,
you
we
start
didn't say
medically.
leave 'em.
You
Yeah.
start medically,
I agree with that.
and you work from the inside out. And once we get things,
We need to check
Clear.
your blood pressure.
we gotta
your
check all your
testosterone
pressures, baby.
level, your
I'm
everything.
hooking you
Your
to some
water
jumper
pressure.
cables. I need to know
All that.
everything. And then,
Right over the money, can hook them up to the
right,
machine.
because sometimes it could be a matter of just a medicine. Sometimes
It could
a
be
certain
some
prescription can
It
fix
could be what you're
the.
eating, it could
It
be
could be a lot
diet,
of things.
it could be
It could
any
be a
of
lot of
those.
things.
Now, if we get past that medical list and
that
there's
ain't
nothing they can do, just go have to bust open that toy box, baby. We don't have to break up. I'm just saying we have options. I'm just saying,
That's-
Mr. Gurley is not gonna want you to leave him when we can't do anything medically, and the thing still doesn't freaking work. You have to open that toy box and do something else.
So basically, because there are women that have needs.
Yeah.
I would think we all have some.
It's just a matter. Some are more strict about when they get their needs met.
Right.
And,
Okay.
You know.
Let me ask a question. So what happens when it's the woman who, and it's not the man? He's endowed. He got the performance thing down. He's starting to romance before you get up in the morning. He's doing everything you like, and it's you.
We know that men don't have as much of an attention span as women, so you better jump on that thing pretty quick, whatever it is. We're gonna start with the inside and work medically and work our way out. I just think this goes back to you have to be at least willing to be flexible when these types of things come. We talking about, I'm just saying, in a situation where you're married,
Right.
this is your husband, this is the
But what
mate. You
happens,
can't just get rid of
Tara,
it.
when women are like, well, I got cramps, or I got a headache,
Oh, let me tell you
or
something.
I'm bloated,
Let me
or
tell you
I don't
something.
She's
feel
about to take
sexy.
this. She's about to take this.
Right. So you hear from
Somewhere.
both
Yeah,
sides. You
right.
hear
Oh,
women going, well,
It
I don't feel because I've been working all day. And I got the kids.
I can't relate to women who can't handle their position because, my ex-husband can tell you I've had vertigo. We're not spinning.
And you still did
It still went down.
Did you come in the room?
What you won't do ever is feel like I neglected you and I didn't handle my business.
What you're
It's
saying,
going down.
You don't have no headaches.
It's going down.
You ain't got no headaches.
You just be still,
And
baby.
in a
Don't make me dizzy. Be still, just let me do
What was
Don't
that
make me
thing
dizzy.
you said? I'm not making love to your head.
Right. Not at the moment.
What head you talking about?
You talking about
Which head you talking about?
up here.
I ain't know
Your
which head you
cranium.
talking
The
about.
cranium.
But did you hear me say not at the moment anyway?
See, I'm kind of male-like, male-esque, and so I've never had that problem with I have a headache and not right now. I could be angry, I could be mad. When I used to have cramps, I didn't even use that as an excuse. I would just say, put down some extra towels. I just think as women, if you love and care about the man you with, and you love and care about keeping your relationship straight, you better keep it tight and keep it right.
Because I'm going to tell you something about a man.
And ready.
Let me tell you something about a man that I've learned. You hear young girls say, oh, I can't believe he cheated on me with this girl and she's uglier than me. I'm more cute. Let me tell you something. When a man is out there, he ain't thinking about, first of all, he ain't thinking about this head up here anyway. He's thinking about the head that's down below. So he's just looking for what's available. And that other girl's legs were open and available. Had nothing to do with you. Move yourself off the equation and move on. Now, we're back to, I got off course. I know I got off course. But what happens when women, they're not up to par?
It could be a lot of things. For example, if she's a mother, she's tired. Because we all are mothers, so therefore you can be tired. If your day is complex, I'm not saying me, but your day is complex.
Just saying, clarity is everything.
This air. No. Flip this hair. Listen, if you're a mother, you can have a complex like myself. My day goes all day. I have 5 kids, and from 21 to 5. The 21-year-old is 5. He has a lot of problems, and he's like, Mama, did you help me this? From people got clothes, I have a clothing line, so you want me to make sure I got his clothes right. Then my 19-year-old doing the same thing. By the time I get home, what is he doing? And he's going to tell him about his day, because he's been a wife and a friend. I'm going to sit and listen. You know what I'm saying? But even tighter. So therefore, if he gives me his attention, I'm gonna return that favor back to him. Because I think I have more kids than all y'all. So.
I think you do.
I don't have any, so you
Yes. I just think it goes back to the awareness.
She could be tired.
She could be tired, but I think that you got to go back to, because when you're dating and you're tired, you still get dialed up to make it on that date.
Well, see, I haven't dated in so long, so
I'm just saying, in general.
Well, you're right. I date him every night.
Right, but in general, the point is, you do what you want to do. Even tired. I've been tired before too. We've all been tired, but I know I've been tired, bored, and in PJs, and get the right phone call, and real quick, snatch, drag, ready to go.
What?
And so, down the line, once you're married to that guy that you used to jump up for, you have to make sure to keep that. You have to keep that.
And it goes both ways for men or women. In a relationship, if a man loses his ability for whatever reason, health, tired, whatever, the same thing goes for a woman. If a woman loses, we have hormone issues and estrogen ups and downs and all types of things.
Lord knows.
And sometimes you lose the urge.
You lose you.
But in a relationship, you have to both work for it, because sex is important. You can't have a successful relationship without sex.
And
I can't.
I won't.
Okay. And sister baby wipes over here didn't even respond to that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I come home naked. So police officer, I'm just letting you know I'm getting under. It's time
management. It's not a decent exposure.
It's
in your car. Yeah, there's a reason.
It's called time management.
But if you stay in your car naked, then they won't know.
You cannot be in your car.
That's why you got
a
speed limit.
Freeway, speed limit.
It's called time management.
You may have to run a few lights.
That's why my husband meets
you just take the shirt off last.
She said her husband meets her in the garage.
Yeah, keep your top on.
Because that bottom half is the half that's most important.
Take everything off.
Why
he's driving.
While he's driving.
No, she was saying
while I'm driving. That's why my windows are
I'm sorry, I had a flashback.
My windows are tinted to Mr. Police Officer, please give a girl a pass.
So the note for the day is make sure you have 10 clothes on your car.
And this is called time management.
Time management.
Right.
So be
Right.
ready when
Right.
you get home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you too can get a jacuzzi.
And I think it's it's fun when you stay involved like that. It's fun. I just think so many people, unfortunately, are missing out on a lot of fun.
And people are closeted, just like this one with
Oh,
the toys.
no. Toys. I don't need toys. I'm good.
People are
But
closeted
I am very good.
and not open to different new things, and
Right.
that's very sad. You have to be open.
Like I'm saying.
No. Not necessarily.
I
You.
understand it.
But people who are
Okay.
close.
Let me ask you guys this. I remember one day we were sitting around talking about the show, and you refer to them as Thundercats.
Yes.
And the little young
Yes.
Thundercats make me. I'm like,
and the little young Thundercats
Yes.
were
Water.
listening in on our conversation.
you are drinking water.
I need some cold
Now,
water.
it's always that the little young pup think that they can handle seasoned women.
Oh, that's
And
cute.
those are the ones that you just need to hurt their feelings.
Oh, send them home
Or
with thumb in the mouth, baby.
Just send them home, period. Get on.
Well,
You gotta
not
Hey,
necessarily.
I was about to send them home,
There-
baby.
there
That's
are
what you can do.
with
It
a
depends on
Thundercat.
which one. It depends on which Thundercat we're talking about, I think. That's all. It depends on which Thundercat. Because I know some Thundercats
Oh
that
my
knew
goodness.
their place.
They knew their place.
And some of them that don't, it could be fun to teach them. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I ain't got time for.
Yeah, if you
look,
use a
you gotta
Thundercat.
come to the table.
No,
knowing what
if,
to do.
but if you got a Thundercat, chances are it's gonna be a 15 to 20-year gap in his experience.
And I tell you what, we'll be back talking about Thundercats on the Sisters Unedited. Aquila Todd, who wrote the book Dating Smart or Date Smart, Practical Biblical Dating Lessons for All the Single Ladies. Aquila, is it Aquila? Arcuia is an author. She's a woman of God, and she wrote this book about how to date smart with practical biblical studies. Tell me about this book and how it all came about.
How the book came about simply is making bad mistakes myself. And I think I made every dating relationship error there is to make. But I had the foundation in life, my Christian foundation, to ask God how to make this work because I knew He had a better plan for us relating to each other. And we call it dating, and old times they call it courting, but it's the same thing. It's in relationship. How do we relate to one another where it's healthy and wholesome and respectable, loving, kind? So God gave me so many answers. Who knew there were relationship strategies in the Bible?
Tell me where they're found.
Well, you can go to Boaz and his treatment of Ruth, Jacob and his treatment of Rachel, Jesus and his treatment of the church.
Okay.
And it teaches us how to love one another, respect one another, honor one another, be right people ourselves with integrity and mutual care and concern. And so God gave me so many lessons that, yes, that is my third book.
Your third book.
Yes.
Okay, in today's time, people are not aware on how to date. It doesn't matter the age. You think the age? Because dating And we're back with Sisters Unedited, where we're talking about whether or not performance versus endowment. We're talking about when sex ain't good. Doggone it. It just ain't good.
For any reason.
For any reason. Oral. Oh, we didn't talk about oral.
We didn't go there.
Well, we had headed to the Thundercats
We were
first.
going to the
okay.
Thundercats.
Sorry, now we doing something different. Let me know.
Okay, well,
I might have
Thundercats,
to-
where are you? For all you Thundercats, give us a shout out now. Because we're going to talk
Hey, I
about
know
you.
at least one I can refer if somebody's looking for a dinner.
Well, listen, I'm always open.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So you haven't had a Thundercat? You scared of
I haven't.
I haven't had a, no.
I was young when I had a Thundercat.
So he was not technically a Thundercat.
No,
right?
you were a
Right.
Thundercat
So I was a Thundercat
So
too.
two
married a while.
Thundercats together ain't nothing.
Right.
I've been married a while. So I don't
Well, I've been married twice. In that break, I had a great Thundercat.
I don't even know what a Thundercat is.
Let me
Let me
tell
you
you.
something.
I can tell you exactly
Slow
what
it
it
down.
is.
Don't break it down for us.
First
so
of
you can
all,
be
he
broke.
was at least 10 years younger than me.
You say what?
Break it down so it can be broken. Forever be broken. But we will be careful what we break. But he was at least 10 years younger. And
First, wait a minute. First of all, a Thundercat is almost 10 years
a little younger than you.
They young.
Yeah, a little younger than you.
Is there a specification of
A
a
Thundercat.
little younger? Is it 10 years or more?
I don't know the rules
Maybe
specifically, but this
Either
person
call
was
in
at
and
least,
let us know or something.
I don't know. But he was
requirement on
around
that.
10 years younger, and here's how it worked.
What had happened?
What happened was,
Hey, what you doing? Waiting on you. Okay, cool.
Playing video games.
Go ahead and jump in the shower. I'm on my way. Just like that. Just like that. And then you open the door, and there he is in the towel, and then the doorway
It's already
is
wait a
goes
minute.
down.
Well, anybody can
listen.
respond that way. It doesn't have to be a Thundercat.
Anybody can
A
respond
lot
that
of
way,
grown men respond
but
that
a
way.
good Thundercat
A good one.
knows
It's
his place.
I heard-
I haven't asked you to buy me food.
He's
Don't offer to
already,
take me to
he's
dinner. I don't
already
wanna go to dinner.
thundering.
Thundering, ready.
Wait.
Start before me, because I'm on my
I
way.
heard Thundercats keep their pants on. They just let them go right down around the ankle so they can get
I
real
guess
fast,
it's
get in and get out.
I ain't never
I
heard
think-
of that.
I think that can happen.
You mess around
It
with
can
it.
happen.
I just heard
It's
that.
like
I heard
hashtag Thundercat.
Hashtag.
Can we get some pictures of hashtag Thundercats
Yeah.
to the network? I just
Yeah.
want to see what a hands down.
No, you don't want to see that. We don't want to see that.
No,
No.
Don't
You
get
see
those pictures
The
in.
pants
We do not
baby,
want
you
to
know
see
they
that.
say
Yeah, I
that.
tell you, see, I tell you.
Do
no,
not.
listen, I said wrong. Let me.
If you qualify yourself as a Thundercat, a man who is, let's say, if we're all in our certain ages,
I'm
let's
40.
say,
Oh, I'm 40, honey, and I love it.
46.
okay, so let's say 30 and under, 25 and under.
She's
25 and
taking a
under.
No, that's nasty. My son is 21. That's gross.
Baby, I'm 50.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
too young.
hey,
No.
hey,
You
that's
said
that's
five.
it. I said 25.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And under?
And
Well, not and under, 25.
And up.
25 to 35.
25 to 35.
I'm telling you, they don't know what the hell they're doing.
That's not
Because I need to start
I'm
with
so
a 2
Thundercat.
I was
Yeah,
telling you,
right, so that
oh,
Thundercat. We not
oh,
talking about
baby.
just regular
I'm
men.
so sorry.
They can't start with
I
a
am
2.
51.
Amen.
Okay.
You fine.
Okay.
And I ain't training nobody. You
Amen.
gotta come to the
Yeah.
party already
I
on
mean,
what to
like
do.
It can't start with a 2. It cannot
Listen,
start with
okay,
a 2.
what you women are failing, let me talk to the women out here, because these ladies fail
She
to
don't know
understand
it,
what
so she
I'm
don't have her
saying.
show now.
Yeah, she
What
sure
I'm
is.
saying
She
is,
like
a Thundercat, 25 to 35 is the qualification. You do not have to know everything to be able to blow my back out and
You
run
know
a few
what
circles
man
around me.
is?
That is all I'm saying. I'm
Right.
I'm just saying.
He's on that.
If he's got energy, he's 25 to 35. He's got energy that a 45 and a 50
Do
probably
not
don't
have-
have.
Oh,
So you saying you don't
wait.
want to train him?
Wait.
I'm not talking about training. I'm simply talking about let the training wheels come off and they fall where they may.
Blow out
Wait.
my
Back,
back.
if you will.
Y'all heard us say blow out their
They
back,
ain't
right?
talking about
Blow out
training
their
like
back.
you're
That's what
trying to keep
Thundercats do.
You don't keep a
I
Thundercat.
don't
A
know.
Thundercat has nothing to do with love,
I be
emotions,
married.
feelings.
I be married
Or
for
training.
long.
You don't keep
Hey, I got my husband.
I'ma
We
tell you like
came
this.
around at a young age, so I don't know.
Thundercat, if that's your real name.
We're gonna
Okay?
hashtag
That's
that.
not even his name.
Oh, cat is gonna be nasty, right? Oh my goodness. Now, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now, wait a minute.
Make sure I tell
Back
your
to the
husband about
subject.
that nasty.
We gotta get off these Thundercats.
All
We
right,
get
bye,
ready to start
Thundercat.
getting some emails and mails and phone calls.
But it's
Facebook
good.
me.
I don't
Hashtag
need
Thundercat.
nobody
She's
to
a
follow.
Hashtag
Calling us.
Thundercat. She said she need her a Thundercat.
Hashtag.
I don't need anybody.
You say
I'm
yeah.
accepting applications.
She will like some thunder in her.
I think it would be in poor taste for me to
Thundercat training.
advertise.
I
I'm in the
can do some
process of a
Thundercat
divorce. It would be in poor taste for me
No,
to
yeah,
advertise.
that would be
Don't
a
do
poor
that.
taste.
You
don't
wait.
wanna do
Well,
that.
I'm
But
very
after
much
Thanksgiving,
1-800 Thundercat.
You
after Thanksgiving.
1-800 Thundercat. No, we're not
We
doing
not-
that.
No, she said she.
Okay, back to the subject, ladies. We got way off.
I was
Sorry.
promoting her for Thundercat.
Okay, she don't
Thundercat.
commercial.
She all right with that,
Shameless
right?
plug.
Now,
Thank you.
Anytime.
now we got to talk. We talking about when sex ain't good,
Mhm.
Right?
and we
Okay.
talked about endowment, performance, but we ain't talked about oral.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And some men like to replace oral for the real thing.
No, we're not
Okay.
replacing
No
it.
replacement.
Can't do
No,
that.
Wait a minute.
no.
Girl, you gonna make
Don't
my hot
get
sex. I'm surging.
That's the
Don't surge.
car with no tires but a
Replace.
steering wheel. What is that about?
Again,
No.
you cannot take an appetizer and trade it out for an entree. That's
An
to get it
abomination.
going. That's
Sacrilege.
you're supposed to get things going with the oral thing. That's not the thing. It's the thing before the
But
thing.
you have a lot of
Boy, it
women
could
don't,
be
that
the
don't
thing
even
during the
like.
thing too. I mean,
Well, some
Right.
women, a lot of women you hear,
Don't
they don't like it.
Don't let-
Who?
they got- They got the wrong person.
exactly, right there.
It's that that's what it is.
That's
It
Now,
really-
I don't know, I'm in a different age group as
That
well.
don't have nothing to do with
But
it.
most
at
women,
all.
they'll say, well, I only do it because I don't want to hear his mouth or it's Christmas.
And that's
Christmas.
a sad thing because if you
One
don't
thing
enjoy
that you
something, you're
live-
not gonna be good at it.
Well,
She
okay,
only does
okay,
it.
okay, but
She only does it.
I will
If
say
she
this.
had
If
the
it's
holidays,
if
especially
it's oh she only does. Oh, because I'm thinking about him.
Valentine's?
If it's not good,
What about
then
Veterans
it's something
Day?
we can skip. Because
Well,
I have said
because-
to someone, that's not where you
Well,
shine, so let's do what you
Now,
do.
man,
Memorial.
wait a
Remember
minute,
the
ladies, we have a
holidays.
discussion going on
Oh,
with
sorry
our.
about that. We were picking the holidays that we're willing to do.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to get all the men on my team.
Okay.
That
here
was
we go.
right.
Except for the Thundercats. Go ahead.
Oh,
you
especially the Thundercats loves the action.
You make it too.
if you know what you're doing,
That's the
no
point.
teeth involved,
Right.
That's the
For a
point.
woman to a man.
right?
Both.
They definitely love it.
Right.
Okay.
If she
So then-
knows what she's doing, and if she got a good deal, he will let her practice to perfect her craft.
Absolutely.
If she
If she-
swallows, the biting does not matter.
You can get away with a few
You
teeth
get
marks.
one. You
if
get away with it. If you
Okay,
Okay,
but some people got some raggedy
But
teeth.
no, what I'm
It can
saying.
hurt
no,
to catch
wow.
your hair.
No, what
It
I'm
can catch
saying.
your hair.
No, what I'm
Wow.
Okay, let me just say this.
I can't.
To me, now, yeah, I'm down for whatever.
Right.
However,
Are you trying to get a date from this
no,
show?
let's because I'm about to mess up the dates right now. Because what
Okay.
you need to know is there's a difference between what she will do in a dating situation
Then marriage.
versus marriage.
You
Because
right. Girl, you
I'm
said
telling you,
something. Wait a minute,
for-
girl. That
for-
was good.
when you get that
You
wifey
repeat
treatment,
that?
there is a
You
difference
come to tour with me.
between
Wow,
what you
I
do
like
when you're
that.
dating
And
versus
you
what you
married.
do when you're married.
Hey,
Because
Paula used to use
she is
you
a
can't. And she
marathon
never
runner
had.
in
That's
marriage.
good.
Okay,
But you got to earn. I'm just saying, you gotta earn certain things.
Right.
Ain't nothing.
I agree.
It's really
I
nothing
agree.
much dirty happening with me in a dating situation. I'm just saying. You gotta put a
Rubber
can't say
duck.
that.
wrong hand ring on it.
Listen,
It's
but
not gonna
that's
get you dirty.
You,
I can't
you,
say that.
you cannot. That's a good thing because a lot of
I'm
women.
not doing
like we
everything
said
for anybody.
before, that for me, I have a book coming out, and I always tell women,
Don't
do
give a
do
shame.
that.
Shameless
Love.
plug.
Yes.
I'm not mad. Put it in there. What's the name of the book? What's the name
Yes.
of the book?
Yes. The book is called How to Keep Your Husband,
Mm.
not boyfriend, ladies, wanting your cookie.
Alright.
That is one thing. If I can get the cow for free, why would I buy the milk?
Right.
Right.
Why buy
What
anything?
you just said.
I ain't
Because-
buying beef. I'm not
It makes
buying
Right,
milk.
because if you are the person, like what you said, if you sing and you swallowing
Okay.
and oral, why would I want to marry you? I'm getting everything I want from you.
And then you gotta keep in mind, in real life, no matter what they tell you, you are being judged. Everything about you are being judged. If a man, now he will let you swallow, but the fact that you did, that
It
relationship is
kinda
not going far. Because
nowhere.
if you'll swallow for me, you'll swallow for anybody.
Yes.
When we weren't in a serious relationship,
Yes.
you did not know me that well,
Yes.
and you were willing to go to
Right.
whatever extent to satisfy me physically. Sorry,
And I'm
you're
pretty
being
sure
judged.
we're gonna get some men doing some high fives right about
Oh,
there.
you know it.
I mean,
And because they will tell you, oh, I hit it.
And
I'll let her swallow if she wants to, but
and the women watching need to be paying attention because
Right.
this is not a lie. This is
In real
100%
life.
the truth in real life. A man will say what he wants when he meets you, and if you give it to him, it speaks to who you are the
Right.
next day in
Set
his
up.
mind.
It's
Right.
a setup. and they will let you do everything that you do, and they will lie to you even in that moment.
But if you
and they will say
they gotta
that
get
cool
to
with
that.
it.
They gotta want their objective.
if you don't have no game, married or not, he'll run over you. See, if you got more game than Parker Brothers or Mattel, the game Mattel, he can't run no game over you. You can run game over him.
But the problem is a lot of them don't know the game though, and that's what they need to learn. They need to learn.
They don't know the game.
So social media shows that girls show too much.
And because we outnumber men, we outnumber men. What is it, 10-1, something like that? So there are some, the way the kids say, thirsty women out there who will do anything in date mode to try to secure a relationship. And you're not necessarily gonna secure a relationship.
And men know it. They're not that stupid. I know when you talk to them, you say, babe, what you think? He said, nothing. It's nothing. But he knows. He done thought enough about you to know you ain't the one.
Your days are numbered.
Your days are numbered. Now let's talk about men in order. Because some men don't know what the hell they doing down there. You like what are you doing down there? Yeah, some do. Let's talk about the ones that don't first.
For the dudes.
Okay,
brothers.
I raised my glass to the professional.
That's right. There's been practicing.
You got to drink. You missed the
That's the problem. Look at
that.
You just brought up the problem though.
What is that called?
All in practice. That's why they so good.
Girl, well, they gotta practice. Because by the time they get to me, you gotta know what you're doing.
But there are some who you can instruct and let them practice.
And some of them don't.
And they don't get it.
Oh, in that case, that's just not what you do. No, but hey, I tell you what, if you got that other department, I said I'm comfortable. If you got that meat department situated right, we can bypass the whole thing.
No.
I can live without that.
Oh, no,
it's nice.
The pearls.
It's nice, but if you can do the other stuff really well,
I'm not living without it. Hashtag not living without it.
I can live without it. Hashtag blow my back out.
Run that.
Blow back out. Hashtag Thundercat.
I'm just saying. Because everybody's not good. But I'm going to tell you something. I knew a guy that was so good at it. Somebody say, how good was he?
How good was he?
This guy was so good. So I'm driving his car one day.
I see you right now. I'm
driving his car one day.
You'll be all right.
And a girl followed me because she knew it was his car. He got this girl to open up bank accounts and do all sorts of illegal stuff because that game was good.
It was her car.
No, it was his.
It may was in her name and she thought she saw
it. It might have been in her name. It might have been in her name because she had other things in her name, including bank accounts that he had access to.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, some people we find the good. Just saying.
Oh my God. Well, hey, whether he been practicing or not. By the time he gets to me, I need him to know exactly what he's doing. I'm not training nobody.
It's women of a certain age. Once you get to 40 plus, it's like, listen, either you know or you don't. Give me 50 feet.
Anyway, listen. I am so glad we're having this conversation. The Thundercat hashtags and all these other hashtags we got going on around this table. But when we come back, we're going to talk about when they know what they're doing. Or we're going to have to take it up on part 2 of this show because obviously we're not done talking about everything. We need to talk about when sex ain't good. Now, if you love this show, we want you to like our page on Facebook, which is Sisters Unedited. You can also go to the KRWC Media page and like that page as well. We would love for you to call into the show, email us, send us a message on Facebook. We'll answer you. Now, next week coming up, we got a lot of juicy stuff to talk about on the Sisters Unedited. I am kind of upset about some things. I'm happy about some things, but I'm upset about a whole bunch of stuff. And when y'all hear about this, y'all gonna like, wait a minute, we need to have a live studio audience on this one. Because, I may have to have a breakdown, get back up again, and say some other stuff.
You know what I got for you.
You got your fan for me? You got your fan. So join us next week on Sisters Unedited.